Hi all, welcome to Dragon's Cave. My name's Karen, and this video is going to be part of the Spring is Dead crafting collaboration organised by Apryl at Dragons in Dresses Consortium. I get the words out eventually. So, not sure how much of this I'm going to use or how many of the parts, because I do kind of want body parts, but my sculpting skills are totally non-existent, as you will know if you've seen any of my previous attempts. So I've got this air dry clay, which I got from Temu, and I'm hoping I can get the packaging open without too much difficulty. There we go. Ooh, this is really weird. It's kind of like a foam, but it's feels like it's pretty much set already. So that might not even work. Yeah. This is really rubbery. I don't think it's supposed to be like this. I suspect it's already set. Let me try pushing it into the mold and see what happens. This is just not, that's just odd. So I'm going to seal this back up. I have got some normal air dry clay, which I'll get out instead. I'm going to fill up my other bits and pieces, all the bits I think that I'm going to use at least, like the arms, the legs, obviously the other foot. And I will come back when we're ready to crack on with the next bit. There we go. I'm going to do the arms, the legs, the feet, the hands, possibly some of the other bits. I don't know yet, but I will see you when this is ready to come out of the mould. See you in a bit. Welcome back. Now, as you can probably tell, I didn't go with the air dry clay in the end. I had some leftover aqua resin from something else. Yeah, it's all pink and purpley, marbly, but that doesn't really matter. Yay, couldn't do that with my own talent. Looks like an exceptionally small head for such a big body, but I'll need to mix up some more in a minute. So I'll pour that at the same time. So I'm going to go and gather myself, and I will be back with you in just a tick. Bye. Well, we're ready to move on to the next part. Excuse me. I've got 200 grams of aqua resin powder and 60 grams of water. Just going to make sure there's no lumps in it. Or not big lumps anyway. So, sling the water in. Before I colour it, I need to make the head. I think I'm going to do the heart as well, because why not? Look at his ears. Right, so I've got some resin-crete colorants. So I'm going to mix the green in, or the paler green, and mix that one in fully-ish. And that's a nice bright spring green. It's much more pigmented than the one from Temu that I've also got. There. And I want to use the darker green. This one I'm just going to put a few little dots in and use my spatula, kind of swirl it a bit, make it sort of marbly. Otherwise it looks very one-dimensional. And I think I'm going to leave it at that because I don't want to overdo things. And I'm just going to kind of swirl it in and just hope that this is going to be thick enough. And I think it'll be fine. It's only about half filling the tray mould, but it doesn't really matter. As I say, this is just a base for the piece. It's not, it doesn't need to be full depth. So there we have it. Yeah, it's about half full. I'm hoping that I don't snap it when I take it out being that thin, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Again, these are fully set now. I'm going to, let's get these out first, get them out of the way. That's pretty cool. Trying to think what he looks like, something from Doctor Who. Cybermen. Yeah, weirdness. Okay, let's pop this down here out of the way so that I can get this out. I do have to be careful because this is very thin, as you can probably tell. That worked well. Marbling looks good. Not that the marbling was essential, I just kind of thought it would look good. So, I need to put those over somewhere to fully set. But I need to make something else, and I just lost part of it. Oh, honestly, I have to make another one. Right, so I wanted to make a sword. Now, you know my crafting skills aren't that fantastic, but I got this lollipop and I've trimmed it down a bit. I keep putting things down, thinking, yep, that's the perfect place for that. And then it's not, is it? I did have another piece cut ready for that, but it's not there. Probably knocked it off the table onto the floor. So I'll just get another one. So just a cocktail stick. I'm going to trim off the pointy ends. Just going to make the, whatever this part is called, pommel, possibly? I don't know. Wow, don't know where that went. So I'm going to glue that on there. If I can make it stay put. You can tell it's Sunday morning, can't you? Nothing was where it should be. And of course, because I ran out of crafting space yesterday, I tidied up. Always a mistake. And there's a little bit of B7000 on there, just to hold this in place. That's close enough-ish. It'd be reasonably level at least. Okay, so I'm going to wait for everything to be fully set. And then I will be back with you very shortly for the next stage. See you in a bit. Hi all, welcome back. Now, I'll probably have to cut out most of what I've done so far because nothing has worked, or almost nothing. But in case I don't show you it, I originally planned on using this, but nothing kind of fits together properly in the way I want it to. And this head is strangely small for this body. I may still use the heart that I made, but we're moving on. We're going to attempt to use this. It's a really cheap rubbish doll that I picked up in a local shop. Now, bizarrely, I had hoped that it was jointed, so I just pulled the arms and legs off, but unfortunately that's not going to be the case. Let's get the head off, which also is made of a completely different material from the rest of it. So, I want to cut off the arms and legs to use them. Oh, grief, I've buried everything. Right, here we go. So, I've got this wire. I think it's probably going to be too stiff, but give it a go anyway. Chop that bit off. Just want to bend the end over slightly so that it doesn't just go straight through the bottom of the foot. As you can probably tell, I'm not very good at this kind of thing, but... Right, so the theory is that I will put that down inside the leg. Then I can bend the leg. But, okay, I'll probably have to patch that with, kind of make the shape with clay or something. But I'm going to put the metal inside each of the limbs that I'm going to use. But then with the face, if I can do this without damaging my nail varnish, because this is acetone, which incidentally smells really bad. I'm going to use this, take the face off. Okay, so I'm going to go off camera, wire up the arms and legs, and I will be back. See you in a bit. I think I'm going to do some painting now. Kind of wanted her to have slightly green tinged skin, so I'm going to try just a drop, get in there, of alcohol ink. But I'm also going to put some alcohol in there. Here it is. It's all right. It's one of those days where I can't actually find anything. So I want it to be only very slightly green. And hope for the best. I don't even know if this will take on this type of plastic. It doesn't look like it will, so I might have to resort to acrylics, which I probably will. But I'm going to see if the hair will actually take the green. And it kind of is. I did untie the hair and then discovered that totally bald. So I kind of plaited it back up so it looks a little bit better. Now I'll put this to one side to dry. And see how that colour comes out. Where did I put that? Right there. I hear things hitting the floor. I don't know what I've knocked over. Never mind. So, sword. I think I'm going to just use this silver Posca pen for that. Just grabbing myself a little bit of old silicone mat to sit it on. So while that coat is drying, I'm going to move on to the heart. I've got my just acrylic paint that way up. I'm going to just paint this up quickly. It's just a shame that the pieces and parts in the other mould were totally not proportionate, whatever. They were in the wrong proportions anyway. Things just didn't match up. So I'm going to leave that to dry along with the hair, and I will be back. See you in a bit. Hi again. Right, now I tried a paint, didn't work, so I decided I was going to go with the alcoholic in the end. Yes, it's blotchy, but it doesn't matter because she's dead. I put some streaks of greenery on the body parts. Finished painting the sword. I decided to go with gold for the hilt. So now I've got to try and get a face on her. Be nice because I am very bad at painting. Looks pretty awful, but I think it's okay. So, to finish the sword, yes, I put a little bit of green on the heart as well. Obviously, spring has been killed by summer. Right, so now I'm going to go and get the other bits and we'll see if we can't put this together. So this was the base that I made. I'll move that to one side a second. And basically body parts are going to go kind of like this-ish. The head there. And the actual body It's going to be a spring, obviously. So what I need to do is attempt to kind of put this together in some sort of semblance of order. I should have turned that first because it's neck. And then this is not going to be easy, is it? We'll go there. And this will be glued, obviously, right there. So I need to glue all these bits together now. Right. What I need to do is get something into the head so that it will hold in place on there. The only thing I have to hand is air dry clay, so let's get a little blob of that. I think that might be held. Let's cross everything, shall we? Let's get this clay put away. I'm going to trim off the excess bits of metal on here. I was going to try and kind of fix them together, but it's not going to go right. So snip those bits off. So I'm going to poke that into the clay in the head. So that becomes her neck. Then the arms will go here, and the legs there-ish. Worse proportions than the actual clay bits I was going to use. Now, we need some finishing touches, don't we? What am I going to do? Oh, I know. Let's get a bit of static grass because it looks kind of boring. What am I going to... Yes, I need my PVA glue, which I should have thought of before I started. That'll do for now. I'm actually going to move these out of the way because I'm going to glue these back down into place anyway. So I'm just going to spread this a bit more. And here goes nothing but the static grass. Right, I'm going to let that dry, brush off the excess, and I will be back with you when we're ready to do the finishing touches. See you in a sec. Well, we're almost finished. I've glued the arms and legs into place. As you can probably tell, I did shorten the legs a little bit because they were getting on my nerves. So, almost there. Bit of UV resin. Ew. Clean up the wear gloves. Well, it probably won't, but you know. And a little stirring implement. Why am I so disorganized today? And I'm just going to use a bit of alcohol ink. Now I know this does inhibit curing, but it'll get there eventually. And it's not like this is going anywhere. Except possibly in the bin. Can't see that anybody would want this in their house. I certainly wouldn't. So, gonna drip some blood. Right. Use a little paddle. And a little bit. You can get it. Oh, there you go. There we go. Spring is dead. I hope you enjoyed that more than I did. Gosh. Oh, I just feel like every single thing that could have gone wrong with this actually did, including not actually getting the stuff that I'd ordered to make it in time. But we are done. Please check out the playlist. Give me a thumbs up if only to say you feel my pain. And I will see you all very soon for the next one. Bye.